Welcome to Rapist, I mean the racist. Stick by till the end this once. Interesting, the movie begins with Elliot, Deacon, a funeral director, going about his usual work routine at his funeral home. As he prepares bodies for their final farewells, he speaks to them softly. In the scene, he's working on the body of an elderly piano teacher. We then shift to Anna Taylor, a middle school teacher who is in the middle of a romantic encounter with her boyfriend, Paul. Despite the intimacy, Anna seems distant and disconnected. Later, when Paul asks her about it while she's in the shower, she brushes him off, insisting that everything is fine, though her face suggests otherwise. At work, Anna steps in to protect one of her students, Jack, from being bullied by two older kids. She scolds the bullies and sends them away. After school, as she prepares to leave, the hallway lights start flickering in. She becomes anxious, panicking. She rushes to the door only to find it locked in. The tense moment, Jack suddenly appears and opens the door effortlessly. That evening, Anna attends the funeral of her former piano teacher at Elliot's funeral home. As she approaches the teacher's body, she is startled to see its mouth move, as if asking, "Have you been practicing your scales?" Shocked, she looks again, but the body appears normal, making her think she imagined it. Later that night, Anna meets Paul for dinner at a fancy restaurant. During the meal, Paul shares news of his promotion, which will require him to move to Chicago. He then pulls out a ring, ready to propose to Anna and ask her to come with him. But before he can, Anna misunderstands his intentions, assuming he's going to break up with her. Angry and upset, she storms out without letting him explain. Distraught, Anna drives away in the rain and soon gets into a serious car accident. In the following scene, Anna wakes up on an embalming table in the funeral home, her face pale with a wound on her forehead. Elliot enters the room and calmly begins preparing her. When Anna opens her eyes and asks where she is, Elliot casually tells her that she's in a funeral home and that she's dead. He explains that she was killed in a car crash with a truck full of metal pipes 8 hours earlier. Shocked and scared, Anna refuses to believe she's dead, despite Elliot's insistence that she is now transitioning to the afterlife. Meanwhile, Paul wakes up at home and tries to reach Anna, unaware of what's happened. Her belongings, now with Elliot, go unanswered as he stores them away with the possessions of other deceased people. When Paul can't find Anna, he visits her mother, who heartbreakingly reveals that Anna died in a car accident. She also blames Paul for allowing her to drive in such terrible weather. Back at the funeral home, Ellie stitches up Anna's wounds, leaving her confused by the lack of pain. When she asks him why, he ignores her and administers a drug called hydronium bromide, supposedly to relax her muscles. Later, Anna's wheelchair bound mother visits to see her daughter's body. Overcome with grief, she laments who will take care of her now. Before leaving, she asks Elliot to dye Anna's hair back to its natural brown color. As the night goes on, Anna wakes up alone and manages to sit upright. She makes her way to a phone, but it's not working. At the same time, Paul arrives at the funeral home and pleads with Elliot to let him see Anna. Ellie, however, refuses, explaining that Paul has no legal rights to see her. Hearing Paul's voice, Anna desperately yells and pounds on the door, but her attempts go unnoticed. Determined, Paul goes to the police station to ask his friend Tom for help. Unfortunately, Tom is on duty, leaving Paul to wait by sitting inside Anna's wrecked car at the police impound. During this, Paul has a vivid vision of Anna, which is abruptly interrupted by Tom's hand. Paul pleads with Tom to help him find a way to see Anna, but Tom unfortunately can't do anything. Meanwhile, back at the funeral home, Anna explores the room and discovers another body lying on the table. Determined not to meet the same fate, she grabs a pair of scissors and waits for Elliot. As soon as he enters, she threatens to stab him. However, Elliot remains unnerved, calmly telling her that she can't harm him because she's already dead. Anna, still in disbelief, challenges him by asking how she's able to talk as she's supposedly dead. Elliot then reveals that he has a special gift, he can communicate with the dead. He tells her that her funeral is just 3 days away and soon she'll be buried forever. Reluctantly, she listens as he urges her to let go of her lingering attachment meant to life in Another scene, Elliot is preparing an elderly woman's body for a funeral when Jack, and a student appears. The boy who seems to know about Anna's death asks about her. Elliot tells him her funeral is on Friday and sends him away the next morning. Paul is haunted by a whisper of Anna's voice and a vision of her in the shower, only to wake up and realize it was just a dream. Meanwhile, back at the funeral home, Elliot brings Anna a dress for her funeral while he's distracted. She sneaks a set of keys from his pocket. Later, when Elliot leaves to collect another body, Anna uses the stolen keys to attempt an escape. While refueling his car to gas station, Elliot realizes he's forgotten his keys and hurries back to the funeral home. During this time, Anna unlocks the door and ventures out into the building. She eventually finds a telephone and desperately calls Paul. After several rings, Paul answers, but believing it's just another hallucination, he hangs up. Elliot then finds Anna and forces her to look at her reflection in a mirror, showing her the corpse-like version of herself. This finally convinces her that she's dead. Jack, watching from outside, sees Anna's eerie reflection in the house window, leaving him in shock. Another strange moment occurs when Anna's breath fogs the mirror, a sign of life, but before she can notice it, Ellie wipes the fog away, solidifying her belief that she's truly gone. Resigned to her fate, Anna no longer fights Elliot's preparations and stops questioning what he injects into her tea. The following day, Paul goes to Anna's school to retrieve her things. As he's about to leave, Jack approaches him and insists that he saw Anna at the funeral home dressed in red. Paul dismisses the boy, reminding him that Anna is dead. When Jack accuses Paul of not loving her enough, Paul, in a fit of anger, slaps him. At the funeral home, a police officer arrives to see his deceased brother is in the same room as Anna. He asks Elliot for privacy, but once alone, it becomes clear that his intentions are far from innocent. Just as the officer is about to touch Anna's body, Elliot walks in and orders him to leave. Later, Jack returns to the funeral home and confides in Elliot about what he saw. In response, Elliot calmly explains that they both shared the ability to communicate with the dead, a power that, according to him, everyone possesses. Ellie calls it a gift, but it's more a tool for manipulating others. On his way home, Paul suddenly recalls the red dress Anna wore on the morning of her accident. This detail sparks a suspicion that maybe she's still alive. Fueled by doubt, Paul rushes to the funeral home and demands to see her, but once again Elliot refuses. Paul, determined to find Anna, ignores Elliot's warnings and forces his way into the funeral home, calling out her name. He searches frantically until Elliot threatens to call the police. Left